Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing today? I am Star-Lord Nuthor 7. I have finally made it safely home to the ranch with my family. Thank you for all your love and support. This will be a tough week where I don't want any negativity in the comments. And I just wanted to make this quick video to update you guys, letting you know over the next 2 weeks, Florida and the East Coast are going to get massive amounts of rain. If we look on this chart here, for most of Florida, you can see that they will range between 24 inches to 12 inches over the next 2 weeks. And they've gotten a whole lot of rain in the last week. I've been warning you guys for almost 2.5 weeks now. And parts like Maryland, Virginia, everybody's kind of on the hook along the East Coast for massive amounts of moisture. We're going to do the GFS run through. This is not a forecast. This is just me telling you the deal. I'm not a professional meteorologist. I'm just a super genius badass who recognizes patterns. And yes, we are watching the potential of tropical development in the Gulf of Mexico, as I've been mentioning for almost 3 weeks now. I have a feeling we'll see our first tropical activity before hurricane season starts on the 1st of June. But what we're watching here, if you watch the dates, it is just on and off rain coming for Florida, some of the Gulf states, and some of the East Coast. So we've already encountered major flooding problems in Maryland, Florida, parts of the Northeast in the last few days. And we will continue to see those, because we are in this Azores high pattern where this giant high pressure system is going to rotate all the equatorial electrojet line moisture up into Florida and then through the Gulf Coast states and the East Coast states. So as you can see, it's going to be a mess. And I regret to inform you that usually the maps undersell the rain a little bit. For example, I think the most rain it predicted for Maryland was, 5 inches. Maryland got 10 in a day. So we're going to see some pretty insane moisture levels. And the scariest thing about it, although I don't want you to have any fear, just be prepared, is that it looks like the Gulf and the Florida and the East Coast states are going to be pretty moist and saturated with rain by the time hurricane season gets into full swing. Now, if I had to take an honest guess, knowing that I was a year ahead of things last year, meaning that I predicted stuff wrong a month ahead of time, I'm going to go ahead and stick with that. So I don't think we're going to actually see any major hurricanes until the middle of June, possibly the end. So that's when I think hurricane season will really get into full swing. It might not even be till July, but I'm pretty sure this hurricane season is going to be just as bad as last year. And so with so many disasters and so many crises going on at once, FEMA and the National Guard are taxed beyond belief. Between the river flooding in Montana and Washington, between the Hawaii tragedy with the erupting volcano, which now the lava has reached the ocean. We have 22 fissures open. I mean, it is literally like a sci-fi nightmare film. And, with the flooding going on in the East Coast in Florida, our first responders are overtaxed, overworked, and I'm sure underpaid. So we are definitely entering some extremely challenging times. And before I lost my stepfather, which was an incredible hit to planetary defense, I literally can't tell you how much it was, but it was. I was comparing this year to the end of the Avengers Infinity War or the upcoming Game of Thrones season, where the entire future of our country and the world is on the line. And it's time for people to wake up and start to make the right choices. Because on all the theories I've had, my theory is that the guys who are now 80 years old, who've kind of controlled the world forever, literally had no master plan when they were to turn 80 and 90 and turn over the world. And so that's where it looks like we're at. A world of people scrambling to figure out the future. And unfortunately, a lot of people are just like, that's it, it's over, game over. And I'm not a quitter. I was not born to be a quitter. And I will fight to the very last day for all of us to find peace, hope, and security by uniting and coming together and adapting to these earth weather changes as one people. So just want to remind you, Florida, definitely the south and eastern part, you are in trouble. You have major challenges coming up for the next 2 weeks with nonstop rain. Right now, we've reached a little rain lull, but as you can see, that's not very lully. Lulls. Lowl? But these are going to be some trying times ahead. But if we can meet all these challenges together, these pretty fantastic rewards meet all of us. So I want to thank you guys again for your love, your support, your help. I'll give you guys as much information as I can. We got a lot going on here with a lot of people at the ranch. So, and I ask for everybody to be respectful. I'm definitely not going to be very forthcoming with the block button. I mean, very liberal with the block button. Like, if you bring negativity to me during this week, I just don't want to deal with you, you know? Having done this YouTube channel for 5.5 years, it's literally like being in a relationship. I bring you guys the news all the time, so whether I'm in a good mood, bad mood, just lost one of my major heroes, you have to endure me in the ups and the downs if you want to stay in this relationship. If you can't handle me when I've lost my stepfather and I'm going to be down for a couple weeks, then this relationship probably just wasn't meant to be. You know what I'm saying? I do my best. I've done my best. And my message at Thor News for 5.5 years has been that the sun is changing, earth is changing, people are changing. And we have to make the choice with our free will to make good choices and to start caring about animals and humans and the future of our country, and to stop depending on politicians to have solutions or answers on both sides of the aisle, because there's no evidence that proves that it does. Anyway, I love you guys, and I appreciate you. I'm glad that there are good, kind people out there, and there are a lot of them, who are awake and willing to help. So let's do it. Let's have some faith. Stay cool, stay strong, and remember, better days are ahead.